All right, this is our 2024 1250 GSA trophy. When we bought this bike, it came with the rally seat on it. So there are very few of these bikes left since they switched over to the 1300s. And so this bike was available. I love the color scheme of the trophy edition, but it did come with the rally seat. And because my wife accompanies me and I wanted a taller seat, we are going to make a change. If this is something you're interested in, please stick around for the video. Hi, my name is Dan, and if you're new to the channel, we are working on our 2024 GS Adventure 1250, one of the last in the United States that we were able to, or last in Colorado that we were able to find. There are very few of them left, and this was the only one we were able to find in this color combination, which I really, really like. So like I said, this came with the rally seat, which is nice if you're going to be doing a lot of off-road stuff because it's nice and it's thin. But for me, I wanted something that's a little bit taller because, like I said, I am 6'9", 240. I have long legs, and so the higher the seat is, the better it is for me from a comfort standpoint. Plus, my wife is joining me, so she needs a place to sit. And on these rally seats, there is no, she's like halfway on this and halfway on the metal, so we had to do something. So what we did was after a lot of research, we contacted Wunderlich and got a couple of their seats. So the driver's side, or the driver's seat and the passenger seat. And the reason why we went with them is I looked at a couple different avenues. I looked at the BMW stock seat. I looked at a couple different aftermarkets, and this one seemed to have the best reviews, plus it has the widest kind of platform, which I think is going to be much more comfortable for me. So let's take a look at what came. So this is the passenger seat. See how nice and wide it is, and it's got a nice little ridge right here, which also provides some back support for me, but also it kind of lets the passenger kind of settle down, which is in stark contrast to the rally seat, which doesn't have much of anything. So for the driver's seat, I opted for a different version that has some white stitching to kind of match the bike. But you can see how wide this is, and there's a nice hump, and again, it's going to fit nice together. So it's got some nice texture, and it also has the heated connection. Now my bike didn't come with the heated seats. So the rally seat, there are a couple things that we're going to have to do to get this ready. So the rally seat has to come off, which is from the standard stock seat lock. But we're also going to have to take off our rear rack because the seat won't go down with this piece. So this actually has to go on afterwards. So this is a T40, and we'll take off the passenger seat, and basically you're just unscrewing this bolt and that bolt and that bolt, and everything comes off. All right, so the factory seat comes off with the factory key lock, and it just pops right off, slides out, one piece. So if you've never taken your seat off before, there are a couple things that are interesting to note. So there are two positions for the front, for the driver's seat. There's a high position and a low position, and this has a high position and a low position as well. So to change this, all you have to do is flip that up, and that brings the back of the seat back up. And this brings the front of the seat up. If you want to change that part, basically there's a lever right here that you just push up and you roll that out, and you put that back into the connectors and you just push it back down. Now for me, I'm going to leave it in the high position up front, and I'm going to leave it in the low position in the back, and that's going to give the seat a slope. And so the seat tucks in right onto this and then clips right down into the back. So we're just going to tuck that wire right up, and you can see where this folds into the factory spot. And then it just locks right in place. So that gives, see how it fits nicely? There's a little skirt around the gas tank. And I think it just looks really good. Now the back seat is a little bit different. So The rally seat comes with this GS filler plate, and you just need to pop it up and slide it out, and that pulls right out. And then we have to take this rack off. So like I said, that takes a T40. So just loosen these up. And then the rack just lifts right off. So there are a couple things that we do have to do to change to the Wunderlich system. So it comes with some bumpers, and you can see right here that there are stock bumpers and the Wunderlich bumpers. Now the Wunderlich bumpers are designed to take the seat and lift it up a little bit so it fits good. So we got to pop these out and put the ones that they gave us with it in. So just took a flathead screwdriver and we'll pop these back 4 out. So they give you 4, 1 extra, just in case you mess something up. So what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit of soap on here, just some Dawn soap, just to kind of make it go in. You can fight with it dry, but if you just take a little bit of Dawn, doesn't hurt the rubber or anything like that. Just make your life a little bit easier. Now they also give you some black bumpers, and those go right here, and they just adhesive and they stick right on this side. So this comes with a toolkit mount. If you want to put the tools back from the factory, I've got a tool kit, so we're not going to use that. But this post so the seats in the back have 2 positions. You can put it all the way back or all the way forward. And then there are little guides here that'll take the back position or the front position. We are going to install ours to go all the way forward, and that's the only way that the rack is going to fit back on there. And you have to unlock it to get that to pop back down. And now it's in place. You can see how that creates a nice backrest for me. And then you have a nice hump for my wife, who's going to be the passenger. So this fits nice and clean together. So the rack is going to be a little bit more of a challenge because of how wide this is. But basically, you just reinstall it like you took it out. So if you loosen the seat back up and you just slide that in place but leave it loose, push it back down so that the back fits in and slides, and then go ahead and unlock it again and push it in place. Now it's nice and fixed. So with the rack down, with the seat in place, now you can slide your rack back down. You can see how this sits like right on the edge, and you can see below how this taper isn't going to allow the seat to come all the way back so it can slide in. So the reason we had to take it off is because that seat has to slide back and then slide into that locking position, and you just can't do that with the rack in place. So we're gonna go ahead and bolt these 4 bolts back down. We are done. So the rack is back on. This is a little bit tight right here, so I am gonna get a piece of fabric just to stick over here as a chafe protection to keep this from digging into the seat itself. But otherwise, I think it looks great. I like the white accent, I like the texture, and then sitting on it is amazing. So we'll have to go take a ride and kind of give you what our impressions are of the seat. So that was the installation of our Wunderlich seats. They're a great product, great company to work with. Ships out of North Carolina. There's the service rep that I talked to, his wife is a volunteer firefighter, and so that's what I do for a living. And so it's super cool to be able to kind of make that connection. So good company. I'm super happy with the quality in the seat. Super easy install. It takes 15, 20 minutes to do. And yeah, so that's our Wunderlich tall seats, and then a regular seat for the passenger pillion. So thanks for watching. If you made it this far, give yourself a big thumbs up. If you like what we're doing, please think about subscribing to the channel, as we're going to continue to build out our bike, add a bunch of things, go on adventures, and kind of take you on some trips. So again, Dan, thanks for watching. See you next time.